Which teammate talks about their pet the most? I would say Rose Lavelle, because the simple fact that I know her pet's name, Wilma, means that she definitely overtalks about her pet.
Rose Lavelle is definitely up there.
Rose, obviously, talks nonstop about Wilma. She sometimes goes on her family's nanny cam and watches her dog just laying in the house.
A little bit of overweight issues going on, but again, that's why I know this stuff. She talks about her pet a lot.
The most surprising right now is definitely Ashlyn Harris. She used to complain about other dogs coming over to her house and leaving hair, and she'd be like, they're just so gross, and then she gets her own and it's I don't even know her anymore. So
I would say Allie Long. Allie Long has two dogs, and she is just so funny. She's actually FaceTimes with them. In rooms down the hall, you can actually hear her squealing in her dog voice, and you know she's FaceTiming with her two puppies.
The fact that Alex Morgan's dog, Blue, just ate a entire loaf of bread a couple days ago, I feel like it's been a traumatic past couple days for Blue. So I would say Alex.
I talk about my pet the most, probably. Other teammates would say so. But I love to talk with Rose Lavelle about both of our dogs, Blue and Wilma. Hopefully they'll meet one day.
Who would make the best Bond villain? Wow.
I think Emily Sonnet will make a good villain.
Emily Sonnet.
Emily Sonnet.
Nothing to speak on her character, it's not bad or anything, but I feel like she'll be kind of mysterious.
She is always watching everything and watching everyone's bloopers.
When you watch her play, she's rolling her eyes or she's hulking out on people. So I feel like she can change personality the quickest. So I would pick Emily.
I think that the best Bond villain would be Allie Long, because she is always scheming and coming up with pranks and hiding and figuring out ways to trick people.
In the most respectful way, I would have to say Becky Sauerbrunn, because she's so intelligent.
for sure be Becky Sauerbrunn. You kind of never know what's going on in her head, and she always is reading some outlandish book about something crazy.
She comes off as such a nice girl, and she is such a nice girl, but when she's on the field, she's a badass. And I just feel like she could be a spy and you wouldn't even know it.
Okay, who is the worst morning person? I would say Megan Rapinoe. I think she just likes to sleep. Usually she skips the morning and wakes up at about 11, so.
Megan Rapinoe. She walks into the meal room in the morning and she's like, oh, could have used 5 more hours of sleep.
Tobin Heath, AKA Harry. She can't talk to me unless she has coffee first.
To be fair, I'm pretty guilty of being probably one of the worst.
If I ask her questions, she just will, And I could just see in her face that she hasn't had coffee.
But I would say one of my companions in the morning is definitely Crystal Dunn. We kind of stroll up to breakfast around the same time, and there's not many times you really hear Crystal being quiet, but the morning is definitely one of them.
Crystal really needs her sleep. She really likes to sleep in. Rolls into breakfast at 10:59 when there's only 1 minute left, and just barely makes it there because she's been sleeping the whole time.
Okay, I put myself Crystal Dunn. I hate the morning, and I don't like to talk to people in the morning until I get my coffee.
Which teammate would you pick first to play in your dodgeball team? Ooh, Kelly O'Hara, because she's a competitive freak and she just can roll around and bounce up, and she slide tackles and she gets up, and so I feel like she would fight till the death.
I would say Julie Ertz.
Julie, because she is just so competitive and athletic and is probably good at anything she does.
She's fearless, and she will throw herself in the way to save another teammate. Yay.
I would definitely want her out there protecting me and throwing balls at other people and just being overall a savage. She would be awesome at dodgeball.
Will definitely win. She's a beast in anything she steps foot in.
I used to be on a dodgeball team when I was younger, and so I'm taking this question very literal, and I would love Alyssa Nair to be on my dodgeball team because she could throw the ball out so well.
Alyssa Nair.
Alyssa can throw the ball past half field and put it on a dime.
Alyssa has a cannon as a throw, so we would kill it.
Which teammate overpacks on trips? I think it's a tie between two people. I think Ashlyn Harris and Megan Rapinoe always have clothes for every occasion.
This is an absolute no-brainer. Megan Rapinoe, she carries body bags around.
Definitely Megan Rapinoe.
Megan Rapinoe, oh my gosh.
To some extent, I'd say we all overpack on trips because all we ever wear is sweatpants anyways.
Pinot, just because she's like our fashion guru and you know, she's always coming out with some crazy outfit.
If you open her suitcase, you wouldn't know if she was going to prom or Paris Fashion Week or US Women's National Team camp.
She always has like 27 outfits, even if we're together for 5 days.
It literally pulls out our like kit man's back because he has to carry it around everywhere. And she is 100% her bag's overweight on every single trip.
The person I would least like to hear sing the Star Spangled Banner would probably be like all of us. I don't think there's anyone on the team that we would want to hear sing.
I don't want to hear anyone sing the Star Spangled Banner on her team.
Honestly, Merritt Mathias. She's one of those people like when you're in the car, you can't like hear the song because she's singing so loud, it kind of ruins it. And she doesn't really know the words, so it's just kind of like this like muffle of mumbles.
I'm gonna go with Abby Dahlkemper because I've heard her sing it before and it's not very good.
I would say Sam Mewis, maybe, just because she has a loud voice, which is great. I'm a loud person too, but I think her singing the Star Spangled Banner would just like shatter windows instead of just sounding really nice. But sorry, Sam, love you.
The least person I would like to hear sing the Star Spangled Banner would be Sam Mewis, just because she talks really loud.
Sam, I'm sorry, it's you. Not because you have a terrible voice. Actually, I've never heard you sing, but you project very loud with your voice. And so I think you should stay away from singing the Star Spangled Banner loudly.
Who eats the most junk food?
I think this team is pretty healthy, surprisingly.
Me? Maybe? I don't know.
In our recovery room where all our snacks are, and it's usually like after a game day or something, they'll put out Oreos, and like those Oreos are gone in like seconds.
I love Oreos.
I don't know, I've seen Alex have a couple Oreos, but Alex is like vegan and obviously really healthy, but I have caught her having an Oreo or two. I have an Oreo or two, maybe it's me.
I don't actually think like Crystal Dunn eats a lot of junk food. I think she just like talks about eating it.
Well, I don't want to put myself, but I like my occasional like sweets and my kind of junk food, so I probably would put myself.
Rose Lavelle. She is a candy monster. You like go into her room and there's like little wrappers like in her bed because she's been snacking, and she eats more candy than I think real food.
Who is always on their phone? This is another one where we're all like trying to be better at this. I feel like Rose is always on her phone because she plays this Tomb Blaster game.
I would definitely say Harry Long, Allie Long is tied to that thing on in her hand.
Emily Sonnet, Mal Pugh, Rose, you guys are always doing something on there, Snapchatting.
So we recently all kind of compared screen time within the team, and I didn't know this, but I found that Abby Dahlkemper has like an insane amount of average screen time per day.
Gosh, back in the day I would say Sydney LaRue. I would say now, I feel like all of our young kids are always on their phone.
The person I always see on their phone, I would say, is Carly Lloyd. It's almost like she's in a business meeting all the time and her headphones are in, she's always on her phone. She's like part player, businesswoman on the side.
Emily Sonnet, she's like the best meme maker on the planet. She just like sits there and she'll be like, and you're like, okay, I know what you're doing.
Honestly, our younger kids, they're on their phone all day. It's like, I don't even know who to pick.
Yeah. Teammate that eats the weirdest food. That's a really good question.
Rose Lavelle, probably. She actually said she wishes food was in pill form and she would do that.
Maybe Megan Rapinoe is the most adventurous when it comes to eating anything, at least trying it once. Sometimes it's like off the wall things that she's slurping down, and
I would say the vegans definitely have like a warped sense of like what tastes good. Once you become a vegan, like you just don't remember what good food tastes like. They'll be like, oh, this like cookie's so good, this vegan cookie's so good, and like you try it and you're like, No, let me show you what a real cookie tastes like.
Probably Alex, just because she's vegan and I don't know all that much about it, but I assume she just gets all her nutrients from all these other things, and I definitely think she's one of the most open-minded people when it comes to trying new things.
Oh my God, McCall Zerboni eats the weirdest food.
McCall Zerboni.
When I sit next to her at breakfast, it's kind of disgusting. She will like mix oatmeal with like eggs and like turmeric. The things that she mixes in her oatmeal is disgusting. She knows this.
She will eat anything if it means that it's gonna give her like this much of a health benefit. So she'll eat some like weird stuff, but say like, oh, it's gonna help with my inflammation. And I'm like, okay, but that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen, so I don't know how you do that.
Who is the most talkative on the bench?
Maybe McCall. McCall has been really vocal on the bench and cheering people on.
I think there's a group of like Kelly O'Hara, Allie Long.
Can I say myself?
Between Emily Sonnet and Allie Long.
Both like talking, you know, like cheering on the players, but also like talking game tactics and everything.
Allie Long's, who knows what she's talking about, but she's always saying things under her breath and like talking about the game. And
I just get like, I'm like always like, oh my God, oh my God. And then they're like, what? And I'm like, oh, never mind, we're fine. And it's like a goal kick or something. I feel bad for whoever has to sit next to me on the bench.
In terms of who talks the most, it would definitely be Crystal. She's like not aware that like she's always filling the silence, like whether it's with like dancing or talking, and it's just so fun to kind of rat on her because she's a good sport about it, and you know, she's kind of a big personality on the team.
I would say is Sam Mewis, because her voice travels and I feel like I can always hear it. And she's a really cheerful person, and I love that about her, and I think she definitely has this way of just talking, and it's all positive stuff.
Rose and Lindsay always tell me, like, they'll come off and be like, thank you so much, like, I heard you and it made me happy and it made me feel better, so like, thank you. So I think that that's definitely one of my roles here, and I'm happy to do that. It's obviously easy, and like, I love my teammates, so it's easy to support them.